Aarin. It's the season of Aarin. After momoclo's 15th anniversary, Aarin, of course, has to have her Ayaka Nation 2023 concert, this time with cheering, of course, to sort of, I guess you could say, commemorate the 5th time, yes, I counted, the 5th time I didn't go to one of those concerts when I guess I technically could have. Why not talk about one of her latest single, Joyful Wonderland / Kirarin. They're two separate songs, but they're kind of in one package, basically. So I'm going to call it a single. But yeah, so this single is quite interesting. It's been actually quite a while since I've listened, or not listened, but since an Aarin song has come out. It feels like, at least. I mean, of course, we did get Lady Cat and, you know, the goodness that came with that. But I don't know, for some reason, it just feels like it's kind of trickled out for the most part. But now that we're here, man, I gotta say that it's a welcome, kind of a welcome return, so to speak. Joyful Wonderland is the first one, and I can't help but to feel like this was sort of inspired, at least in part, by Disney soundtracks. The reason why I say that is mostly because, I mean, people mostly, I think the meme is that Aarin frequents the Disney theme parks quite often, and because of that, I think maybe that might be sort of this song sonically, as far as its musical direction goes. It's trying to emulate that kind of Disney sound, but with an Aarin twist, and that's the thing that I really like about it. I think that's like that's one of the things that could make or break one of these songs. I mean, if you really like Aarin, then you'll like pretty much almost anything, if not everything, she puts out, just because like there's always that Aarin like tinge to it. There's never a moment where there's a song that's just like completely out of place. At least I don't think so. She's always had songs that have, I mean, her personality is so strong, it's gotta be there, right? So because of that, I think it really works well in her favor a lot of these times. And in Joyful Wonderland, that's definitely the case. It's a really pretty song, and Aarin does have a lot of really cool vocal moments in there, and I don't know, it's a really good song. It's kind of a ballad sort of thing, although it doesn't really go full into the ballad direction. It is kind of a ballad in a way. I used to refer to these as half ballads, whatever that's supposed to mean. But yeah, it's I really liked the song, and I can while I was listening to it, I was imagining what it looked like live. Although I won't have to imagine it for actually no, I will have to imagine it for a while, since I'm gonna have to wait for the Blu-ray to come out so that I can actually see it. Anyway, look, all right. I know, you know, booking venues is difficult, but I live all the way out in central Japan, way out, way away from wherever Aarin usually holds these concerts, okay? Saturdays are great. Sundays are not. Okay. Please, just have a show on a Saturday, okay? Then I can go. Anyway, sorry. Back to the review here. The next track is Kirarin, and this is an extremely Aarin song. Of course, it's more upbeat. It has it's its own song, I think. I don't think I've ever heard an Aarin song quite like Kirarin, but one of the things that I did notice about this that I thought was really interesting was that they did a recording technique which isn't really done so often anymore, but they doubled her vocals. So basically she sang twice. They used two different tracks of her singing the same thing. And because of that, it gives it kind of like a bigger, wider sound, whatever you want to call it. It kind of fills out the space a little bit more. And because of that, it kind of gave a cool, almost kind of retro vibe. Again, you don't really hear this very often anymore, this style, at least not that I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you don't really hear this style anymore. It kind of takes me back to that Mariah Carey song, that Christmas song, which I won't mention. It's probably, people already probably know what I'm talking about, but they do the same kind of thing there, except they layered Mariah Carey's vocals more than twice. I think it was like 3 or 4 times or more, to really give out that like big sound, you know. And of course, it's not necessarily to that extent here, but it does have that extra layer. And because of that, I actually think that this song is actually pretty retro sounding almost in some bizarre way, but it's really cool. And Aarin sort of, you know, doing her Aarin thing at the end with that little stinger is just like the cherry on top, you know. I can't get enough of Aarin. Aarin is like, I don't know what it is, but like of all the members of momoclo, the one whose musical career I'm the most invested in is Aarin's, and I don't know why. Just for some reason, she really seems to enjoy just putting all of her eggs into the music performance and, you know, just everything in that basket, basically. And there's something I find really respectable about that. Of course, I guess it makes sense since Ayumi Hamasaki is like her hero. And, you know, Ayumi Hamasaki is a legend. So, you know, I guess it would make sense that Aarin would sort of go in that direction also. And, you know, I gotta say, I really enjoy everything that Aarin's put out. I don't think there's a single song. I mean, in the past, I have been lukewarm on, like, some solo songs that she's done, like, way in the past. But, like, you know, ever since she started doing Ayaka Nation, you know, since like 2016, I guess, I've never really had any. I've always been like really invested in like what she's gonna do next or something like that. And she's always full of surprises. She's always coming out with something new. And with these songs here, she's just keeping on. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to whether or not she does release an album, like a follow-up to Aarin Assort, because I think that would be pretty cool. And honestly, you know, it's funny because after this finished, this single finished, it kept playing on through, and it shuffled to Shigoto Shiro from Aarin Assort, and that song's still a banger. But okay, that's beside the point. Anyway, these 2 songs here are great. I really liked them. I thought they were really good. And Aarin is in my opinion, I really like her vocal style. It's more or less similar to how it's been in the last few years, of course, but I mean, that's not a bad thing. Her style has really matured from, you know, years past, and it just, the way it fits in with these songs is just really great. And she still sometimes comes out with the, you know, the little idol voice as she did with the stinger at the end of Kirarin, just as like a little, you know, I don't know what you want to call it. Is it self-referential at that point? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's great. I like it. I like both these songs. I think it's fantastic. I think it's worth checking out. Most people probably have. I know I'm late to the party, but that's what happens when you're uploading giant videos to multiple channels. You kind of run out of time to... Anyway, it doesn't matter. In any event, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you thought about these 2 songs in the comments below if you had any opinions. I'll see you next time with something new, and it will be soon because I got to do the last 2 Shiori songs. I haven't forgotten about that. But in the meantime... Booze.